This is Anthony with True Diamond Heart, continuing our video series on inner doors of divine realization. Now, let's just simply take a moment to acknowledge and to understand and explore why we're doing this work. Why are we here now, doing this internal exploration to find the internal doors of divine realization? Ever since you were a little boy or a little girl, you've had something telling you that things, first of all, there's something calling you. Something calling you. You don't know where it's calling you to or what it's calling you to, but you know there's something that hasn't yet been revealed in your life that's waiting for you, that is saying, come to me, since you were a little child. And there's also been some sense of things not quite being right, of maybe not quite fitting in or not quite feeling comfortable or at ease. These feelings are real. This is the truth. This is the divine calling each part of itself home. You are a part of the divine. The doorways that we're going to explore and open and walk through to experience divine realization. These are the way that the father and the mother, the parent, the holy parent, calls the children, which are simply extensions. We're all extensions of one divine, magnificent thought of beauty and love and truth. And this is always calling us home. And inside of us are these doors. Behind these doors is the realization of the divinity that we are. And this is always calling to us from within, always calling. It's been planted. It's the fabric of our essential beings. And so in silence and stillness, not only do we start to hear these things, but we start to discover these doors. We're going to do stillness probably next time. But right now, let's just be clear that we need to make the decision to do this work. It is work. Sometimes it's extremely painful, difficult. Sometimes it'll seem boring. There's much more interesting things to do seemingly. Yet there's nothing more interesting than this, because this will take you to a place that is actually satisfying, actually of ease and beauty and truth, actually where you belong, freedom that you seek and yearn for with every fiber of your deepest being. And it is calling you. It is calling you through the voice that speaks. The voice that speaks is the same as the ears that hear, which means your ears are generating from the heart that is underneath your ears, is generating this. The inner doors where this light is coming from is spilling out of some guy's mouth into some guy or gal's ears. And yet it's all just one holographic experience of me calling myself home. These are my words. Who am I? I am the person that's listening to this. I am also the person speaking this. I am also the myriads and thousands of billions of people who have no present interest in this, and yet who are all being called in the same way that I now am beginning to hear myself being called. Because we're all called back to that same central sun, that central being, that divinity that is all. And that is where we're going. So with honesty and courage, the honesty to understand that we have not been working on this, and if we have, that we need to work with more intensity, with more intention, with more courage, the courage to go through what we have to go through. If it's unpleasant, so be it. It is necessary for us to go inside, open these doors, and be at home. Not in exile in our own bodies, in our own consciousnesses. No. Now we move out of exile through the inner doors of divine light back home. Stay with us. We're going to get into techniques. We're going to explore and actually experience the opening and the walking through into the brilliant light of divine realization that we are here on Planet School to learn to be. We'll see you soon for the next video, Through the Inner Doors of Divine Realization.